We've got Dan Young, who's talking about McRouter.
Hi everybody, I'm Dan Young. I'm Senior Operations Engineer at New Relic, where I work mostly on containers. I'm a big fan of simple, composable things. They tend not to break at 2 a.m., and when they do, they're easier to reason about. Today I want to talk just a little bit about Memcache's simplicity and how adding just a little bit of complexity with McRouter helped us solve some real problems in our application caching. I really like Memcache. It's really simple. It's just a key value store. It's a key, an expiry time, and data, and that's basically it. It supports an ASCII protocol, so you can do real debugging and monitoring with just netcat and a shell script. It's also really fast. All your data is just kept in an in-memory hash table. Most operations can be done in constant time, and so an instance can easily handle hundreds of thousands of requests per second. It's robust and ubiquitous. It was originally developed in 2003, still actively developed, very widely deployed. If your application framework supports caching, it probably supports Memcache. There are a couple things that make me a little sad about Memcache. For example, clients need to be aware of all the Memcache D hosts they need to connect to. If you want to add or remove Memcache hosts, you've got to change the server list, redeploy your application. That's not real fun. There's really very little logic in the Memcache server itself, and the servers don't know anything about each other. So it's up to clients to decide how to shard data across multiple Memcache hosts. Not all clients are created equal. Many clients do use a more sophisticated hashing algorithm, but the implementations can vary quite a bit. If your client uses a simple modulo hash, just adding or removing a server can invalidate basically all your keys. If you stop Memcache or a host reboots, of course the cache on that host is gone. For small clusters, that could be a large fraction of your cache. Now your app needs to perform expensive operations again to refill the cache against your database, and that could be bad times for your database. All clients using the same Memcache host are competing for the same resources. The cache is filled, keys get evicted using a least recently used algorithm, so one app can really force the eviction of keys for another app. So enter McRouter. McRouter is a proxy for Memcache. BSD license from Facebook, speaks the ASCII Memcache protocol so clients can connect to it just as they would a Memcache D server. Clients can be directed just to McRouter with it determining which Memcache servers hold which keys. The Memcache instances behind McRouter can be added or removed without requiring you to redeploy your application. McRouter uses a consistent hash scheme for sharding across Memcache servers. As long as the order of the host is maintained, only one host data would be invalidated by adding or removing a host. The consistent hash scheme stuff is really cool. Google it if you have a chance. To be fair, most Memcache client libraries do this, but again, the implementations vary quite a bit. McRouter does replication. It can perform write commands like add sets and deletes of keys to multiple Memcache servers, and then check the health of the backing Memcache instances. One of the instances in a pair is down, McRouter will perform the get against the replica. This lets us bring down individual Memcache servers, largely without worrying about setting fire to our databases. McRouter can route requests to different pools of Memcache servers based on key prefix. So if your key starts with foo, we route the request to the foo pool, bar to bar pool, and then there's a fall through to a wildcard pool if you haven't specified any specific prefix. So for example, if developers prepend their keys with their service name, all the services requests now can be directed to a pool dedicated to their use. Those routing rules can be nested as well, so an app that needs a highly available cache can use a replicated pool while everything else goes to a non-replicated shared pool. There are a few things that McRouter doesn't fix about Memcache. Of course, there's no persistence. Memcache is for caching. It's right there in the name, right? Replication can help your availability, but if you want strong guarantees around persistence, it may not be the right choice. Check out Redis or something else. Also, those constant time operations that keep Memcache really fast makes it really difficult to determine exactly what's in the cache at a given time. You can't really iterate over all the keys in the pool, so it's tough to tell what's in shared pools. McRouter does a lot of other cool things like cold cache warmup, traffic shadowing, multi-level caching. If you want to talk more about McRouter or containers or classic Macs, find me during the open spaces. Thank you.